My name is Elizabeth Speegle, and I've been a patient of Dr. Saraja for over 10 years, probably closer to 12. I have degenerative disc disease, degenerative arthritis. Now I've got scoliosis and stenosis. I didn't grow up with the scoliosis, but it developed when the condition of my back caused it, and I was in severe pain. It limited my ability to walk and just overall activities. It really affected my life. With the degenerative disc disease, I had vertebrae rubbing on vertebrae, and that wasn't good. They started to move around some, and it got so it was painful for me to do anything physical. I just wanted to lie propped up in bed watching TV. Not a life. And this was a few years ago. I'm 71 now, but my back pain probably started when I was in my 50s. But I have 3 children. I have 10 grandkids. I hated not being able to be active with them. And my chiropractor referred me to Dr. Saraja for pain management. And from the first time he stuck a needle in my back, I felt great relief and have been a patient of his ever since. I come in several times a year for injections in my back in different areas, but really helps. And more recently, he had recommended that I consider a spinal cord stimulator. Well, he suggested it actually a few years ago, and I was leery about it. But this time, I think I might have even brought it up because I was at the point where I was willing to try anything. And he did the trial, and when I left the office the day the trial began, I could notice such a relief. I'd made up my mind that moment that I was going to proceed with the spinal stimulator, and it has changed my life. And I never would have done it had it not been for Dr. Saraja. Dr. Saraja never twisted my arm to get me to do anything. He would give recommendations, which I could follow or not follow. At the very beginning, I probably didn't follow all the recommendations right away, but as time went on, I grew to trust him absolutely, and whatever he recommends I do it. And so far, everything has worked and been very helpful, and I haven't regretted anything. I was in seeing Monica, in fact, and I noticed on the wall a thing about the neuropathy, and she said, so I inquired about it, and she said, we can test you. And I did qualify for it, and it runs 10 sessions at a time. I've completed the first 10. I think I'm going to wait until after Christmas, but I'm definitely going on to do the second set of 10. And I still tingle, but I can feel my feet now much more than I could, which is, it was worth it if that's all the benefit I get out of it. So I would also recommend that. I walked all around Colonial Williamsburg yesterday with my younger daughter and 5 and 6-year-old daughter and her husband and my husband, and even had on something other than Skechers for a change. Had on boots with a little bit of a heel on it, which I'd been scared to wear for years. But it's just a great improvement, and I have such a happier life because of the lack of pain. Some people I know are afraid to get the spinal injections, fear the pain. Take it from me, it's not that bad, and it's well worth the results you get from it. And anyone I meet who is talking about their back hurting and whatever, I recommend they come to see Dr. Saraja because I think he's the best. If I had it to do over again, I would have come here sooner and not put it off out of fear and just anxiety overall, but I've never regretted coming from the day I walked through the doors of Orthopedic and Spine Center for the first time. The practice is great about getting you in when you need to come in. I've never had to suffer and wait weeks for an appointment. They're very prompt, and They do their best to get you in for the procedures just as soon as humanly possible. Anyone who sees this, don't let fear of what might happen or how it might feel stop you from seeking treatment that will give you so much relief and really change your life and make you feel like you used to. It's a completely different ball game at Orthopedic and Spine Center. They know what they're doing, and I'll probably come to them for the rest of my life